Way back in about 200, maybe 150 years ago, we had tech out of this world. It wasn't as better than the Kemet. We showed you the picture where Kemet and them had iPods, Apple tablets, iPhone, flying mechanisms on the walls. Yeah, we showed that. That's on YouTube videos in the archives, in the past lives. But here just recently, Africa been bringing that tech back. Y'all remember the guy that made the wireless TV? No wires whatsoever. And they got rid of them. And then Japan stole this technology, and Asia and China, the blueprint, because they didn't have the blueprint before. And I'm going to just show it to you, Let's quit wasting time here. All right. I just showed you the reset. All right. Y'all like to call it the reset. When they took this technology away from us 150 years ago. All right. 700 years ago was the little quotation marks in slavery. Said, but they say that they don't have the tech, and when we look at it, these Europeans were studying what the melanated people have already done, accomplished metaphysically, physically. I mean, science just went up 100 years ago for Euros, not for us, has already been here, melanated with the power of the Yeshua. But take my word for it.
One of Zimbabwe's most celebrated technopreneurs, Maxwell Chikumbutso, has once again come up with a masterstroke innovation. And this time, it is an embedded wireless power generator that uses radio frequency to power a television set. Chikumbutso demonstrated his latest innovation to a ZBC News crew at his base in Harare, whereby a TV does not need electricity connection for it to function.
This is our self-powered TV that we have designed, the first in the world to have such kind of a technology where a television is powered with the radio frequency. So as you can see right now, I'm powering this television. So this is the first television in the world that uses self-power to say. It is all in one. You don't need to put it on electricity or on solar panel or anything. As it is a complete solution. Behind the television, you can see that there is a microsonic energy device, this box. This is the device that is converting radio frequencies into pure energy. As you can see, the power of the cable was supposed to be here. On all traditional televisions, power comes here, but there's no power, as you can see. The television is working as it is. So in layman, I think this television is we can call it a self-powered television.
It is indeed an exciting innovation that comes in handy for households.
Now you saw that, right? Right? I didn't lie to you. I told you who was the first. In both cases, before the reset and during the reset for us. Now check this out now. Not this.
As we know it today. Instead of the cool, fragile sense, picture this. A phone that isn't just a device, but a work of art, sculpted entirely from glass. Not just the front screen, but the entire body. Front, back, and even the sides, forming a seamless, uninterrupted display. It shimmers under the light, shifting in hue depending on your viewing angle, much like the iridescent surface of a soap bubble, or the shimmering finish of a luxury sports car. Unlike the solid, cold metal frames of today's smartphones, this phone feels weightless yet sturdy, as if you're holding a sleek crystal slab infused with pure technology. Hold it in your hand, and you'll notice something remarkable. It doesn't feel like glass as we know it today. Instead of the cool, fragile sensation of a traditional glass panel, this futuristic material has a silky, almost organic texture, adapting to the warmth of your palm. The surface is ever so slightly curved, melting seamlessly into your hand like a polished gemstone. Unlike the rigid feel of current smartphones, where your fingers are confined to a specific grip, this device offers an effortless hold, as if the phone naturally molds itself to your touch. The edges, they barely exist. Gone are the chunky bezels and metal frames. This phone is a true floating display. It's borderless, a continuous sheet of light and information that extends across every surface. From every angle, it looks different. Sometimes it reflects the colors of your surroundings like tinted glass. Other times it appears almost invisible, like a fragment of another dimension. At 6.7 inches, the phone is comparable in size to an iPhone Pro Max, but that's where the similarities end. The moment you pick it up, you'll notice it feels dramatically lighter, almost as if you're holding a hologram with weight. Despite its delicate, futuristic look, it's shockingly durable, designed to withstand drops, pressure, and even scratches thanks to a revolutionary self-healing glass. Unlike traditional screens, which feel rigid and cold, this display has a subtle softness, bending ever so slightly under pressure.
See? We're dealing with wireless, no radiation, but turn radio waves or signals into power.
Absorbing shocks in a way that makes
the man to steal his tech.
Impossible.
Wow.
And should a small scratch appear, within hours, the nanotechnology in the glass rearranges itself, leaving the surface flawless once more. Now imagine looking at this display. Not just any display, but a 16K resolution screen, so sharp that your eyes can't distinguish pixels. It doesn't just show images, it projects reality. Watching a video on this phone feels like gazing through a window, where every detail, from the texture of a leaf to the distant stars in the night sky, is as vivid as real life. Colors aren't just colors. They glow, pulse, and shift depending on the angle, much like the mesmerizing brilliance of a high-end diamond under direct sunlight. This isn't just a phone, it's a piece of the future fitting right into the palm of your hand. The cameras on this futuristic phone are nothing short of revolutionary. Imagine the combined expertise of Canon, Sony, and Red Digital Cinema fused into a smartphone so powerful that even the most seasoned professionals swap their heavy camera rigs for this sleek glass device. Gone are the days when top-tier fashion photographers lug around massive DSLRs and lighting rigs. Annie Leibovitz, Mario Testino, and Mert and Marcus, some of the world's most celebrated photographers, are already rumored to be ditching traditional cameras in favor of this device for high-fashion editorial shoots. Why? Because the phone's 1,000 megapixel sensor, paired with its advanced AI-powered image processing, produces shots so crisp, so rich in color and depth, that the difference between a smartphone image and a full-frame camera is practically indistinguishable. Fashion houses like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and Balenciaga are reportedly considering shooting entire ad campaigns using this phone, a move that will mark the ultimate shift in the photography industry.
Would you be happy if you stayed where you are in life and job forever? If the answer is yes, then this video is not for you. But if you want to finally achieve the time, location, and financial freedom you know you deserve, then this new career may be the answer to all your prayers. Because why not?
Photography industry. Imagine seeing a Vogue cover shot entirely on a phone, capturing every bead of sweat, every eyelash, every intricate weave of fabric in unrealistic clarity. But this phone isn't just changing photography, it's shaking up the film industry. The camera's unmatched dynamic range and cinematic 16K resolution make it a serious competitor to traditional movie cameras. Filmmakers like Christopher Nolan and Denis Villeneuve, known for their obsession with high-quality immersive visuals, have reportedly tested prototypes for upcoming projects. Imagine a blockbuster action sequence filmed entirely on this phone. A chase scene where every motion is captured in perfect detail, where lighting adapts in real time, and where the
Can y'all see it now? Do we see what's going on with the entrepreneur world? Well, if not, you'll sure get a kick out of this.
3 things that prove Japan is living in the future. First, in Japan, you can get these portable juice-making bottles that let you blend fresh juice anytime, anywhere. Just add fruit and milk, and with the press of a button, it's like carrying your own personal juice bar. Next, Japan has taken shopping to the next level with this futuristic smart cart. Load money onto it, scan your items as you shop, and watch your total update in real time. When you're done, just scan your card for a quick checkout. No lines, no waiting. And lastly, you'll find this clever, reusable lint roller that makes cleaning your clothes a breeze. Just roll it over the fabric, rinse it with water, and it's ready to use again. Super simple, super convenient. 3 things that prove Japan is living in the future.
Reasons why Japan is living in the future. In Japan, when you go to buy Coke, the bottle literally talks to you and moves. Apparently, people in Japan don't drink as much Coke as Americans, so they're trying to get people's attention with this crazy marketing. Next, Japan's public bathrooms are way cleaner than what you'd find in the US. They even made these transparent bathrooms so you can see how clean they are from the outside. But once you lock the door, the glass turns frosted and no one can see it. Reasons why Japan is living in the future. In Japan,
Oh, when that shit malfunction.
Japan in 2050. Honestly, it feels like they're already there. First, smart toilets. Not just heated seats. These things play music, spray water with NASA precision, and some even test your health. Imagine your toilet giving you a medical report. Awkward, but futuristic. Second, robotic pets. While the rest of the world argues over cats versus dogs, Japan has robot puppies that wag their tails, learn your habits, and never chew your slippers. Zero mess, just pure loyalty. Third, disaster-ready homes. Japan builds earthquake-resistant houses with tech so advanced, your living room barely shakes, while the ground outside
I seen that last earthquake. You know, where it had the 2 buildings and that little walkway. I seen it. And it did just like that. I was like, why did they build that little one walkway like that? Like it's gonna crack, but it didn't crack.
It's like an action movie. And here's the kicker. In some cities, drones are already delivering packages faster than humans can ring a doorbell. Japan isn't waiting for 2050. They're already living in it. Japan in 2050.
See y'all? Technology we already had, they bringing it back out from the 1800s, basically what I'm saying.
And where the ultra-advanced image stabilization removes the need for expensive rigs and cranes. Streaming giants like
I thought I'd build a proof of concept AI agent using Temple.
What if I told you that everything you know about energy is about to change? Imagine never having to stop for gas again. Never having to charge your car. Never having to worry about fuel prices. Sounds impossible, right? That's exactly what they said about the Wright brothers, about Tesla, about every breakthrough that changed the world. On February 10th, 2025, something happened in Zimbabwe that made the impossible possible. Zimbabwean innovator Maxwell Chikumbutsu finally launched his vehicle on the 10th of February 2025. Now, though I made a video about this last week, many people came into the comment section and were like very skeptical. Some people said that this technology doesn't really make sense and they are not really sure that it's going to come live. But then Chikumbutsu had already made a launch date on the 10th, and that day seems to be Judgment Day, that everybody is actually waiting for it. Finally, we have come to the D-Day.
You've just given us. We saw a very interesting technological thing that you have been offering here. But many people are still in doubt. What is the source and how reliable is this? And is this going to be able to sustain for years?
But I think you've seen, like the guys who came from Israel. We've got guys who came from Switzerland. These are the guys I've been working with 4 years. They have tested it. Some of them, they've bought my products before, like Emmanuel. Emmanuel, I think he bought 2 machines for himself. Right now, he bought a car. Right now, he bought a motorbike, which he's taking with him. So it's all about the proof of the pudding. He tested it. That's why he came. Operation. And whoever who wants a machine can now get it. We've got our distributor here in Zimbabwe who is going to be handling all the cells in Zimbabwe.
The streets of Harare erupted.
That's the future for America to catch back up, Angel. That's why we're not seeing everybody news all around the world, because how you feel about the American dollar from what you used to, that's how the pride of America is, because they're behind. Super behind, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talking about wireless stuff, you still plugging up y'all phones.
With celebration, social media exploded with the launch of this marvelous car.
It's really
in reality
the right now and in the past. They just giving it out to us now so they can make money off of us, make it look new.
Chikumbutsu wasn't launching a car. He was launching a technology that could be put into any car in the world.
That's right, y'all see y'all.
All the cars that you know, if you go to Kaya right now, all their cars, you have to plug in either a DC charging station or an AC charging station.
I ain't even gotta play the rest. Y'all already know. When I be seeing that, y'all already know. There ain't no reason to even be looking at the minutes. You know what I'm saying? The rest of the minutes, it make no sense. All right, y'all already hip to this. That's what I'm talking about. Let's finish our guy with the TV screens, and then we'll call it a... Oh, crap. Did I?
Introducing Agora's conversational AI engine. Build and integrate your AI agent.
Mind and computer will be one, making humans very powerful beings with access to endless information and solutions to problems that the mind wouldn't be able to solve. If nanotechnology reaches that stage, there may be no need for gadgets like phones and calculators. Well, this is very exciting for the student of the future. Looks like math will not be a universal challenge much longer. 3D print technology. The next tech advancement that we can expect in the future is the rise of 3D print technology. 3D print technology is already advanced, but we can expect it to be even more advanced in 2050. Right now, we have 3D printed tools and homes. In the future, we will be able to print more tools and perhaps even some modes of transportation if bigger machines are built. This technology will also become more accessible to everyone who may want a 3D printer, making the possibilities of what can be printed infinite. If the current trend of open source 3D printable files continues, it will not be long before everyone prints their own large objects like furniture and weapons. Well, here's an idea. How about developing an affordable 3D printer for food? That could be the end of world hunger, despite global warming. Medical. Now we go from the extinction of phones to the eradication of death. Well, by 2050, the finality of death may be a thing of the past. With the brain connected to a computer through BCI technology, the information stored in our brains can be transferred into a hard disk like...
Fake eternal life. Right there.
Computer files. That means the data, including memories, can be retrieved and uploaded into another being, maybe a more advanced humanoid robot. This way, the best minds in every field will be preserved and able to continue working on innovations. Another improvement...
Told you they be shape-shifting these kings and people in the other consciousness of human sleeves. See, it's right there. Fake eternal life. But then when the computer system get burnt up by the solar flares of the breath of the Most High, then what? You realize you can't last forever. See, folks, don't get caught up in the hype, into the deception. Because in the end, whoever don't stand on the word, my friends, that will be your end. Are you going to be hip to this technology? Are you going to give up your consciousness and let it take control over you? Boy, if that ain't possessment, I don't know what possessment is. Thank you, YouTube, coming out, chilling with your boy these 20 minutes. Braka, until eternity and forever.